This week on the Broncos Sports Report, we're talking tennis, baseball, softball, wrestling, and all the things that matter to you. Welcome to the Broncos Sports Report. I'm your host, Demetrius Wright, and always with me, my partner in crime, the sports writer, Austin.
It's good to be back with you, Demetrius. How you been this week?
I've been good. This has been a good week. We've had a lot of things going on. It's been great. It's busy. It's warm outside. No more cold. No more snow. It's great.
I agree. Weather's been perfect this week. A little windy, but much better than a week ago.
I'll give you that. All right, let's get into it. Let's jump into it. Our first topic this week is softball. Now, softball, the girls are 4-2. I think that's a good record. They're on their way. What do you think, Austin?
Well, they went 4-2 this past weekend at the tournament. They're 6-5 on the season.
Oh,
they played 6 games from Friday to Sunday, and they started out slow. They lost the first couple, but they really lost the first one, then really got going. They won their last 3 games, and they really just turned it on, and it seems like they're finally maybe getting back on track for the season, because slow start, again, like we said last week, having to deal with the pressure of being number 1 and defending champion, but they started to find their way a little bit this weekend.
Now, I'm sorry, I had that confused about the thing. I got the records mixed up, but going back to it, with the new interim coach, I think it's good that even though they're 6-5, with an interim coach and a new stadium being built. They haven't been home yet. This is a good record. They're going to win. They're good girls.
They're going to be good. It's still early in the season. Again, there's going to be an adjustment period with the new coach, like you said, and again, all that pressure they're dealing with, and all the travel, too. I mean, this is their second tournament. They got a third tournament after this week in San Antonio, and then another match on the road before they even come home because of construction.
Yeah. They won't be home till
beginning of March 8th.
All right. Wrestling. This is a good one. The boys placed 3rd in the conference this weekend. There were some records set, and there were some other things going on. What else happened?
Well, you see, like you said, finished 3rd behind defending national champion Nebraska Kearney. So, of course, they're going to be really good. And then Lindenwood. But, yeah, Casey Rowell won the championship in his weight at 133 by knocking off the defending champion in that weight. So that was impressive. And then Corey Dauphin tied a 30-year-old school record with a 47-match win streak, and he also won the championship and was named UCO MIAA Wrestler of the Year in the conference, too. And then also some third-place finishers for Broncos. So really a successful tournament, I think.
And see, for me, that's just conference. I'm going back to my guarantee that when it comes to national time, they are bringing home some gold, a lot of gold. When it comes to national time, I'm going back to my guarantee that I said on this show. But going back to that conference, we're 3rd. But we have a lot of talent on this team. The Dauphin brothers, the middleweights, they are strong and very dominant.
Bunch of talent on this team from the bottom up, because you also got Chris Watson, who I believe placed well at the tournament, and Jordan Basks, too. So this team has a chance to make a run in the championships and win a championship like you guarantee.
Yes, because they are bringing home gold. I said it here first. I was the first one to say it, and that's all that matters. And when it comes to national time, they're bringing home gold, lots of gold. It's going to be great. All right, next topic. I beat the buzzer again. Next topic, we are going to women's basketball. Okay, I'm a little emotional on women's basketball because on women's basketball, the girls are in the 7-game losing streak. 7 games. They ain't won nothing. And even when they won before, they only won for a short time, and then they was on another losing streak. Austin, talk about the women's basketball. I'm going to try to get emotional, get myself right. I'm a little emotional on it. Talk about it, Austin.
Well, it's certainly been tough for the Lady Broncos this season, especially in conference play. They just lost to the 7th-ranked team in the country, so that's really not a surprise. But, again, they've just not been able to make shots. They missed 11 straight in the first half, and they just got down early, and 7-game losing streak. It's tough to go through. One win, I think, would give this team some confidence, but they just can't see. They've been close a couple times, losing by a couple points, but they just haven't been able to find ways to make baskets.
It's why won't they win? Why? It's like somebody put a lid on top of the basket and just won't let us score. Even when we had a lead, the women had a lead, we were going to win, and then for like 5 minutes or so, they couldn't score. And the other team just came back from a 10-point deficit, won. It's just like everybody is stepping on the women's basketball team. That's not good. I don't like that. It's my people. You don't step on my people. But then again, my people can't not show up to the game. I score more points than the women's basketball team, and I don't even play. Oh, my God. It's terrible. I'm hating this. I'm emotional about it.
Yeah, it's got to be tough on the women just to even be positive at this point.
They have to. Okay, that brings me to another point. Since it's got to be a drain on them, right? But the buzzer says we got to switch topics. But before we switch topics, back to women's basketball really quick. Women of UCO basketball team, I want you to stay up, stay strong, keep practicing, keep your head up. You're going to win eventually. I don't know when. It may be after you graduate, but you're going to win. So stay strong, stay positive. All right, now we can go on. Next topic. Baseball. Baseball has started. We are going into baseball. Matter of fact, they are on a 3-0 thing. They're a 3-0. Baseball team is 3-0. Baseball started this weekend. They're 3-0. It's great. All is wonderful.
Yep, strong start for the baseball team this year. They got a couple of run rules, 11-1, 18-3, and then won 8-4 in the third for an impressive sweep over Arkansas Fort Smith. So, good start to the season. It looks like they're going to be able to hit well. Pitching still kind of is the X factor for me because I think they'll be able to score runs, but will they be able to not give up runs, I think is what is the question for this season for the Broncos.
See, now that goes back to when we had our first show. When we had our first show, I told you that they got some hitters coming in, and they got some hitters, and these guys are going to be good. I'm telling you, the baseball team, they're going to do good this year. I'm not going to set any guarantees yet. I'm going to stay. I'm not going to set it. It may be early. But what I'm saying is they're going to be good. They got some hitters on there. I'm not really worried about the pitching because that comes. Once them arms get warmed up, the pitching will be there. But if we can hit now and hit often, we can score. We can win.
Yeah, Broncos, I think, are in for a very successful season under Coach Leone. He's done a good job with the program, and I think they're just going to even continually get better as the season progresses.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about baseball. Them boys are good. Mm-hmm. All right, we're moving on. Next topic. We beat the buzzer again. We are on it. All right, next topic is track. Now, track is it's getting hot now. It's getting warm. The ladies are setting records. I like track. I'm going to go watch the track now. I haven't been because it's cold. It's not cold anymore. So I'm going to be out to the track watching them.
Well, lucky for you, even if it is cold, these have been indoors so far. So maybe you should go. The problem is, though, again, we don't get a lot of coverage because there's not a track here, and they're always away. Okay. And again, they were in Norman again this weekend for the OBU Invitational, and they finished well. They had like 8 or 9 top 8+ finishers. Lacey Rhodes did it again with another first-place finish in the high jump and top 10 in another event. And then, yeah, really just solid event again for the Bronco track team, who are really doing well so far this year.
We're very consistent. The track team is very consistent, and they may not be the biggest and the strongest. They may not be the fastest, but we're very consistent in what they do. So I have to give it up to the women. They are very consistent in their trials. And even though everything is a away game, away match, tourney, I don't know what it's called, but meet. Everything is an away meet because we don't have a home track team here or home track field. You know what I'm talking about. Next topic. We're moving on. Next topic is men's basketball. One of my favorites, men's basketball. The boys are on a 7-game win streak. 7 games.
5-game win streak right now.
5?
7-game losing streak for the women. Men are on a 5-game winning streak.
Don't mention the women's basketball team. I'm
Sorry,
emotional again.
But yeah, the men, they're really exciting to watch right now. They get up and down the floor and can score points, and they're playing really well.
They are.
I mean, they're 16-7 now on the season, and they're really playing well as the season comes to an end. They've clinched a berth in the conference tournament.
What was the guy that they just got signed? Was the not just signed, but somebody just got something from the basketball team. He was a player of the week, player of the century.
Josh Gibbs just got MIAA player of the week for the Broncos. He's been playing really well. He's played well all season. He's really been a good, really solid, consistent player for the Broncos on the inside and the outside, too. He can step out and hit a 3, or he can post you up down low, too. He's been really solid.
And that's the men's basketball team. I think they just barely with this victories this weekend moved them into tournament time, right? They're going to go into the conference.
Well, there's still a couple games left, but they've clinched a berth
in the playoffs
in the MIAA conference tournament already.
Right.
They're 5th in the conference, 10-6. I think they got a chance to really make a run. They've one of the only 2 teams to beat the first place team in the tournament, Northwest Missouri. So that's a huge win. They're really gaining confidence and getting on a roll.
So if you can beat number 1, you can beat anybody. I think if they get hot right now, we can go far.
I think they can.
I'm not going to make any guarantees. I'm just saying, if they get hot now.
All depends on matchups, though. But I think they have a chance to make a run.
If I have some extra M&Ms, I'm going to place a little side M&M storage beddage kind of thing. Not for money. I'm just saying. But some side M&Ms. I'll place them on there. All right, next topic. We're moving on to tennis. Tennis. Next topic is tennis. I like tennis. It's a good sport. I wouldn't film tennis, and tennis is a nice sport. You run around, you're hitting the ball, it's comfy. I like tennis. Tennis is fun.
Yeah, tennis is really one of my favorite sports, too, and the women really were strong this weekend. They started out a couple matches on the weekend, and they won both of their matches. And they're just to me, an intriguing story and sports team. I really like to watch them.
Matter of fact, you did a feature on them, right?
Yep.
You did a feature on them?
Went and shot a feature on them that we can show.
Yeah, well, let's show that.
Let's go.
All right, coming up, his feature on tennis.
I think that we're going to do really good. I want to make it to Orlando, to the Sweet 16. We're a young team, but I think we're really strong.
Is running forward, okay? So tomorrow especially, I don't think it's going to be a very aggressive team.
We don't have this type of university, and we don't have high school, and we don't have tennis in high school. I make a video, my tennis, and then she sent me an email, and then I'm here.
Now's the time to work on your confidence, girl.
It's my senior year, and I don't know, it's bittersweet. I'm ready to finish strong.
All right, that was a good story, good feature, I must say, that you did on the tennis team. All right, next topic. We're moving on to the All-Star Weekend. Hey, basketball you got to like the All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a little rest, but you really don't get a rest. You get to see all the different talents. It's like fantasy basketball for your eyes.
How many times you're never going to get to see KD alley-oop to Blake Griffin. It's really just
right.
I love it. I love how NBA does their All-Star Weekend. Wasn't a big fan of some of the formats, but what'd you think of the dunk contest?
Most people didn't like the dunk contest. I liked the dunk contest. I like the new format. I would add one more round, though. One more round.
With the East maybe the champions battling each other instead of just giving out conference dunk champions. I think that's what everyone had the biggest problem with was that.
One more round of dunks, just where individuals who wins it.
Yeah. See, I would have had the West battle the West players, and then the East players battle the East, and then whoever comes out of those battles, West versus East, 1-on-1 for a dunk contest for the championship.
Right. That's what I would have done. Now, going on to the basketball, the shootout, the three-point shootout, it was close. There was a tie. They had to go another extra round. Oh, my God. It was confusing, but it was exciting, though. That might have been the most exciting part of the weekend.
I love the three-point shootout. And especially this one, tie going into overtime. Two really good shooters. Bradley Beal for Washington shot is beautiful, but Bellinelli from San Antonio just edged him out. It was exciting.
It was very nice. And I was not picking Bellinelli at all. I thought it was going to be Curry. I really did.
I don't think many people were picking Bellinelli to win it.
I was shocked. All right. Next topic we're moving on to is the Olympics. And we got an Olympic count. I got a count right here. Did my research. Found out that USA, as of right now, has 18 gold medals, or 18 medals. 18 overall medals. And Netherlands, well, we're tied with Russia. So USA has 18. Russia has 18. The Netherlands has 17. And Norway and Canada both have 15 as of right now. But Austin, what do you like about the Olympics? How do you like them?
I think it's going good so far. I think U.S. has exceeded my expectations for what they do because I think as a country, we're more summer Olympics over here. That's what we usually do really, really well in. I don't think there was a whole lot of expectations for the United States, but they're really doing good and winning some medals.
Yeah. And see, well, Summer Olympics are usually always sports that you can do in your own backyard. You know, you can jump on a trampoline or you can run back and forth. You can play basketball. These are things you can do. You can race somebody. It's, you know, you can throw a rock and say, oh, that's a discus. Oh, throwing the broom is a javelin. Winter's Olympics is not so much that you can't do those things in your backyard unless you're like in Minnesota or Norway or somewhere that is cold.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, but like you got Canada, who's a winter country.
Yeah.
Russia, who's a winter Olympics country. Netherlands, all these countries that are probably more, I'd say, winter oriented. And you're tied with them. I think it's really been a good so far.
Yeah. Even
Olympics
though it's been
for the United States.
Even though it's been hot in Sochi and the snow is melting, and people are rather hanging at the beach than at the thing because it's okay. But I agree with you. I think that it's really good that
and
got a big.
I mean, disappointing wise, I'd go the snowboarding, the half pipe. Shaun White didn't medal.
Yeah, the flying tomato.
Probably shouldn't have cut his hair. I think that's all his power was.
Yeah. All right. Next topic. Matter of fact,
I think that's all.
That's all topics. The man. Do we have any more topics? The man says we do not. So we have no more topics. That's it. That is our show for this week. This has been the Broncos Sports Report, and we are talking about the sports that matter to you. See ya, big boy.